Welcome to another edition of the Turnpike Sports Book Report. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're here to give you a whip-around look at some of the latest news coming out of the sports betting industry. Press releases, info at turnpikesportsradio.com. Keep those coming in. We love hearing from everybody out there. If you're following on TV, you can catch us on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. We're on our website every Monday morning, turnpikesports.us, right on the homepage. Every Monday morning you'll catch the show there. And audio, you can hear us on Amazon Music, Pandora Podcast, and also on the Samsung Podcast platform. This week, in our state and national reports, we've got some January and February benchmarks to discuss. Here we are in April, and we're just getting the Illinois numbers in.
That's Illinois and Arizona are the two that kind of, are at the end of the pack when it comes to reporting. So.
Over in the deals, we've got a pickleball deal.
Oh, okay.
A lottery deal, and a poker and a horse racing deal to discuss.
Okay.
Then industry updates, we've got our usual assortment of licenses and launches, and then we're going to finish up with our legislative roundup with news coming out of Georgia, New Jersey, and Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. We'll start talking state and national reports right after this.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. Debt Fix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for Debt Fix Pros. We called, and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now, and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call Debt Fix Pros right now at 800-479-3522. That's 800-479-3522. 800-479-3522.
Attention. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, watch this urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by hiring 87,000 new agents to garnish your paycheck and put liens on homes and businesses. They can even seize your bank account. The IRS calls it enforced compliance, and now they have the manpower to get you. Penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily. So call One Stop Tax Relief Shop and get the IRS off your back. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. And no other tax shop gets you more or faster approvals. One Stop Tax Relief has resolved thousands of cases since 2014 and saved clients millions of dollars. Call now for a free consultation. Connect with tax professionals who get the IRS off your back.
Call 800-605-0688. 800-605-0688.
One Stop Tax Relief Shop.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. In our state and national reports, we're going to go back in time to the month of January.
Yep.
We have Illinois reporting their numbers for sports betting in the state for the month of January. We have a record revenue by Illinois for the second month in a row.
See, look at that. That was worth the wait for Illinois.
$135 million.
Take your time in
change.
reporting,
Yep.
But if you report big.
Yes.
Good for them.
Record revenue, and also the fifth consecutive month of at least $1 billion in monthly handle.
Well, it's huge population centers in Illinois, so that's what you need for those to get those big numbers, those big handle and revenue numbers.
It's also a lot of casinos with sports books, and
like
also
I said,
a lot of mobile operators.
And there's a lot of big cities in Illinois.
FanDuel also set a record in Illinois in January. They have the all-time revenue record for the month, for a monthly revenue. And also FanDuel and DraftKings both passed $10 billion in all-time handle in the state.
Huh, okay.
And the last record for Illinois.
Boy, what a month, huh?
They come in and they come in like gangbusters here.
Well, that's still Super Bowl numbers we're looking at, I guess. Or NFL playoffs and Super Bowl numbers.
January is basically all the Super Bowl numbers.
Yep.
Everybody's putting futures in and everything else there. But parlays set an all-time monthly revenue record. Almost $87 million in revenue just from parlays alone in January.
Incredible. Well, I know that sports books are kind of pushing parlays when it comes to marketing to their customers. They're They have you can. There's parlay centers for some books and things like that. I jumped on the other day, and they have the parlays already made up for you if you want them and things like that. I rarely do the ones that are already made for you. I had this mental block about those. I was like, yeah, why do they want me to pick these players for single game parlays? So
it's all part of the marketing.
That's my weird thinking about things. I'm sure they're want me to win. So but I pick my own players if I do parlays.
And with Illinois' numbers coming in for January 2024, we still don't have Arizona and one or two others to talk about, but right now, after Illinois reported their numbers, the running total for January of 2024, handle of $13.6 billion.
Wow.
Revenue, both gross and adjusted, are both over $1 million each. $1 billion each. I'm sorry. $1.4 billion for gross gaming, $1.27 for adjusted gaming, and taxes, $292 million in taxes.
So once Arizona reports their Januaries, this should be insane numbers.
Yeah, we have Nevada reporting their February numbers. For February, every state's been down, and that's because of the Super Bowl. The bets were made in January. The losses occurred in February.
The first 2 weeks of February. But you just mentioned Nevada. Casino-wise, they had a great February. Yes. They had the Super Bowl in their state. I mean, they had an extra day of gambling because it was a leap year. So incredible numbers coming out of Nevada, not just for sports betting.
Well, in terms of sports betting, we have to always delineate post-PASPA for these numbers.
Okay. Yeah.
Nevada became the 9th state post-PASPA to pass $150 million in tax revenue. And also it was the first time since July 2021 that in-person wagering accounted for at least 40% of the monthly handle. It's been below 40% for quite a while.
Well, the one thing about, sports betting in Nevada, when it comes to the apps, they have a requirement that when you finish registering for the apps, you have to go in person to complete the registration process, which kind of is weird. But are they the only state that has that?
No.
Well,
No,
I'm badgering you with questions.
No, there's a couple other states that way.
Why is the sky blue?
Over in Kansas, we've got their February sports betting numbers, and for the fiscal year, they passed. This is fiscal year total handle $1.6 billion, mobile handle $1.5 billion, revenue $80 million, and taxes $8 million. That's all fiscal year to date.
Wow. Okay.
ESPN Bet or Penn Entertainment, BetMGM, PointsBet all recorded $0 in revenue and paid $0 in taxes.
That's what happens when you don't have revenue.
South Dakota, we've got. Usually I say San Diego when I say yesterday, but it's South Dakota.
Oh, you have it.
I have it abbreviated on the side here.
Yes, San Diego. Okay.
February sports betting report from South Dakota. All-time handle for the state passed $20 million since it's only in Deadwood, basically. So also recorded its largest monthly loss ever since it launched. Over in Rhode Island, we've got the state of Rhode Island reporting in February that its all-time handle passed $2 billion.
Okay.
And we're going to end with New York like we always do.
Back before we start talking about New York, I'm very curious about Rhode Island because a couple weeks ago they started their online casinos. Well, Bally's has an online platform there, so I'm eagerly awaiting the numbers coming out of Rhode Island when it comes to online casinos.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And we'll finish up here with New York for the week ending March 24th. FanDuel passed $8 billion in fiscal year-to-date handle. DraftKings passed $7 billion fiscal year-to-date handle. Caesars $2 billion. And these are interesting numbers. 23 of the last 24 weeks have been at least $400 million in weekly handle.
That's weekly, too, by the way.
That's weekly. 23 of the last 24 weeks. And then 19 of the last 21 weeks, weekly revenue has been $30 million or more.
I'm glad you leave New York for last because those numbers are insane, especially, I mean, if you did them first, then it'd look like
it's all downhill
state,
after that.
Yeah, it'll be spiraling out of control. So, no, New York, another incredible market. Absolutely incredible.
That's it for the numbers. We're going to start talking deals right now. Starting off our deal segment, we've got Fanatics Sportsbook announcing a deal with the PPA Tour, which is the Pro Pickleball Association.
All right.
They are the title sponsor of the North Carolina Cup going on as we speak. The field is expected to include number one seeded players for pickleball, as well as former tennis pros.
You know how big pickleball has gotten? I've seen television commercials with pickleball that aren't advertising pickleball.
Yeah, there's an insurance commercial.
I know, the two babies playing pickleball.
Yeah.
And
that's E-Trade.
is it?
That's E-Trade.
Okay, I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. And there's another insurance one that they're, an elderly couple is down in Florida playing pickleball or something like that. So that's when you know you made it as a sport, when pickleball is featured and the commercial isn't even about pickleball.
Yes.
So,
Well, we have Fanatics getting into the pickleball scene,
Well, good for
especially
them,
in
yeah.
North Carolina.
good.
Over in Texas, we've got a deal between the Texas Lottery and the Texas Motor Speedway through the new Lucky 7 scratch ticket game.
Oh, okay.
Chances to win $100,000 top prizes, and also what they've done, the Texas Lottery and the Speedway have incorporated promotional second chance drawings.
Okay.
What this means is the second chance drawings will be out of all the losing tickets. I hate saying it that way, but outside the people that do not win the
Of the
top
non-winners.
prize, the non-winners, they will award 250 Texas Motor Speedway merchandise prize packs and one VIP suite experience.
You talk about the loser thing.
The terminology.
The
yeah.
terminology thing. But you remember they used to have, you can scan your ticket and it
Ticket
tells
is a
you
loser,
your
yeah.
ticket is a loser.
Yeah.
I think they changed most of them to say not a winner.
Yeah.
So
Well, people are
See,
more
that-
sensitive
Yeah,
nowadays.
there you go. You scan a ticket and a machine says you're a loser.
Yes.
Now about your ticket.
Well, one of these losers will get the ultimate VIP suite experience, which will be a private day at the track for the
Oh,
winner.
wow.
For the winner of the drawing and 15 of their friends.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
World-class driving experience taught by a pro driver. That's on the
So does
site
that,
right
does
there.
that mean they get to drive a car around?
And they will have the opportunity
Oh,
to drive
wow.
luxury, exotic cars of their choice around the track.
Wow.
They also get a
Okay.
meet and greet with the pro driver. They will get private lunch. They will get a video keepsake of their time at the track.
Wow.
And 4 hotel rooms for one night when the winner and their 15 guests are there.
So will it be 4 hotel rooms for 15 people? That's a party.
4 in a night.
That's
4 in a
party.
room. 4 in a room.
That's a party.
Yeah. 16 people, 4 rooms.
Okay.
I'm assuming they're going to be suites.
Oh, okay.
Probably, or at least 2 room kind of things.
Yeah, okay.
Moving over to the West Coast, we have Commerce Casino Hotel and the World Series of Poker forming a partnership to develop organized tournaments, host exclusive events, and provide players with unparalleled access to the world of competitive poker.
Okay.
What this means...
that has to be right from the
That's
press
right
release.
from the press
Right
release.
From the press release.
What that means is the Commerce Casino, which is the largest poker room in the world,
I think like 320 tables
Yep.
or something like that.
they will continue to host the WSOP circuit events for the LA scene.
Okay.
And the LA events are the only ones that give out an official WSOP bracelet
Yes,
for
that,
their champions.
They're the only live events,
Yep.
and I stress live because you can win bracelets
Yep.
online in Jersey and other places and like that. But it's the only live poker events that you can win an official
Yep.
WSOP bracelet. I didn't know that, by the way.
No, I didn't know that either.
I saw a news article about it. I didn't know that. I didn't even think in those terms, but.
Well, over in other news, we have 888 announcing they are selling select U.S. B2C assets to Hard Rock Digital.
So we don't know what they're
At
selling.
the time, at the press time, we
yeah.
don't. The assets
I don't
haven't
know.
been disclosed, nor have the financial terms be disclosed.
Now,
but it's the beginning of a strategic exit of the U.S. by 888.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming all their assets in was it Michigan, Colorado, Virginia, also New Jersey.
Yeah.
New Jersey's the only one they have an 888 brand casino in too.
Well, they had
Everything else is SI.
They also had 888 poker.
Yep.
So I'm curious to see if Hard Rock is going to jump into the online poker scene.
Probably will be.
Because let me tell you something. The Hard Rock in Atlantic City here in New Jersey, they don't have a poker room. So I'm curious to see if they get involved in online poker.
And last but not least, before I forget, 888 will also be rebranding once they leave the United
Okay,
States.
so, yeah, I guess
They're going to be Evoke.
Evoke.
Yes.
All right.
The entire company is going to go from 888 Holdings to Evoke.
That's pretty much Europe, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're going to be leaving the United
Well,
States.
that's what I mean.
so,
That's going to be
yeah.
Europe.
And last but not least, we have First Technology announcing it has a partnership in place with Bet365 to deliver horse racing to Bet365 customers via the advanced deposit wagering system that Bet365 has, where that is legal for horse racing.
Good. Great.
So
We need
brand
more
new
horse racing, more horse racing apps, more horse racing betting apps. That's what I love, you know.
That's it for the deals this week. We'll start talking industry updates right after this.
Every 40 seconds, a kid is reported missing. Find the Children provides educational material that teaches your kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs are very successful in bringing kids back home to their family. You can help protect our kids and bring the missing kids home safe by donating your unwanted car, truck, SUV, or van, running or not. We guarantee you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast free pickup, usually within 24 hours. Over 2,000 kids are reported missing every day. Call now to donate your vehicle. Donate now to bring these kids home safe.
Call 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. As everyone knows, March was Responsible Gambling Month for the industry, and towards the end of the month, we had the announcement of the formation and launch of the new trade association, Responsible Online Gaming Association, or ROGA.
Good.
The members are BetMGM, Bet365, DraftKings, Fanatics, FanDuel, Hard Rock Digital, and Penn Entertainment. Basically, that's 85% of the U.S. sports betting industry right there.
Great.
They've pledged more than $20 million in the first year of the association, and the association will be promoting a new industry-wide best practices charter that they're developing, and they will embark on a series of initiatives, including research, consumer and industry responsible gambling education and awareness, promoting responsible gambling best practices. They're creating an independent data clearinghouse.
Okay.
And also an independent certification program.
Great. Good.
So brand new entity for responsible gambling.
Good.
Over in the other area of responsible gambling, we have Caesar Sportsbook announcing they are the recipient of the prestigious RG Check accreditation from the Responsible Gambling Council.
I got to tell you, I heard that a couple years ago, and I always look for it to see the check mark on the online casino things, and so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and again, all responsible gambling.
A lot of people don't know what that is. So,
No.
so
When you see it,
it's
you
up
feel
in the
a little bit-
corner.
yeah.
So good for them.
There's almost like
a badge of honor. That's what that is.
There's almost like a subtle relaxation when you see that.
Yeah.
Over in Kansas, we've got Fanatics Betting and Gaming launching the Fanatics Sportsbook in the state, replacing PointsBet. Existing PointsBet customers will be able to log right into Fanatics using their username, password. The account balance is going to be the same, rewards points, and also responsible gambling settings will be carried over to the new platform.
So when is all that going to be complete? Here in New Jersey, it's still PointsBet
They're
on
doing
my
it
phone.
state by state.
I should say PointsBet. PointsBet, a Fanatics experience. That's the whole name of it. And I'm just curious when that's going to be transferred over, because I remember when who the hell took over for William Hill? Was it Caesars? Yeah, William Hill was on my phone one day, and then It wasn't on my phone another day. So, it kind of took me by surprise. But I'm just curious when this whole transfer will be done and complete and everything like that.
Well, Fanatics is now having a sports betting presence in 17 states.
Yeah.
They're still in the process of converting some of the other PointsBet assets into Fanatics.
The fact that we still have PointsBet, does that count in one of the 17 states for Fanatics?
No, it's operating, but it's not a branded Fanatics sports book.
Okay.
When it becomes a branded one,
that's when.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So.
Also, regarding Fanatics, speaking of one of their new markets, we have Connecticut. Now, they have the deal in place with the Connecticut Lottery to take over from Rush Street. They announced that they are opening a brand new retail sportsbook in the state.
Yes.
The Total Mortgage Arena location in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Now, I drive through Bridgeport all the time. I don't know where exactly.
You'll start seeing signs for it.
I guess I will.
Yeah, there's going to be signage everywhere.
And so there should be, but
and a lot of advertising too.
But I'm just curious, that might be a good rest stop.
Yes,
for me going through Bridgeport.
Well, it's 2,300 square feet.
Good, yeah,
it's not bad size.
Yeah, no.
Betting windows, kiosks, high definition TVs all around the sports book. Full service restaurant and bar.
Then it will be a definite rest stop for me.
So that is part of their deal with the Connecticut Lottery.
If they start selling gas, that could be my.
That's a definite rest
That's
stop.
a normal stop.
Yes.
So.
But also, Fanatics went around to the with 10 other Connecticut Lottery run retail sportsbook and upgrade and enhance them. Mm-hmm. They upgraded the XL Center in Hartford.
I know where that is. Yep.
Bobby V's.
You can't miss that one.
No.
So that's huge.
I want to see this one, though. Bobby V's in Stanford and Windsor Locks. I haven't been to that restaurant yet.
I drive through Stanford. It's on 95, and you can go right there.
They also enhanced Sports Haven in New Haven.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Winners in Hartford, Manchester, Milford, New Britain, and Waterbury, Connecticut. Wow. So besides the new one in Bridgeport it's going to be called the Fanatics Sportsbook at Total Mortgage Arena. That's the one in Bridgeport.
All right.
And they enhanced 10 other ones for the Connecticut Lottery as part of their new partnership.
All right.
That's it for industry updates. Let's finish up with our legislative roundup. We're going to start our legislative roundup with some bad news for the people of Georgia.
Yes, sports betting is dead. I guess we can move on now.
It's dead. I wouldn't be so happy about it.
No, I'm just saying. Because it's silly and stupid and ridiculous, and you can only laugh about it. What's going on?
It was very interesting watching on the final day of the legislative session for the state. They went to about maybe 12:30, midnight, 12:30 a.m. discussing this, and they didn't even bring it up, to be honest. They just decided not to discuss it on the House floor, didn't make it out of committee.
Yeah.
But again, it's the House of Representatives in the state that has always proved the stumbling block for sports wagering legislation. Everything passes every year through the Senate, the state Senate. It's the House of Representatives that basically just don't seem to really want it.
Hey, here's a news break. Even though it's not legal, it doesn't mean sports betting isn't happening in your state. So you might as well make it legal. Make the programs for people who need help with problem gambling, because gambling's happening. So don't confuse yourself.
Also a hotbed of fantasy sports with Prize Picks there.
Yeah, they're just make it legal, help out the state with money, help out the people who might have gambling issues, and have programs up and get it done and do it, because states around you all have it. So and it's happening anyway in your state, whether it's be bookies or offshore accounts. It's happening. Just because it's not legal doesn't mean it's not happening.
There's just a strong contingent in the House that, for a variety of reasons, just will not pass the sports betting legislation.
Okay. Well, hey.
We'll see if they do it again next year, or try it again next year.
We'll see.
Over in New Jersey, we've got Bill S. 3064, Senate Bill 3064. I don't know why I was saying it like it was a guy's name, but Senate Bill 3064. It's a proposed bill to increase the state's online gambling tax to 30%. That would be an increase from 14.25% for online sports betting and 15% for online casino games.
Okay. It's a big jump.
It's a big jump. If you look at the two states next to us, New York and Pennsylvania.
New York is 51%.
And Pennsylvania is 36.
Okay.
And, they actually did a rundown of what it would look like if you had the 30% running from when New York launched their sports betting.
Okay.
A couple places did this, and I want to give credit. It was Legal Sports Report and a few other Sports Handle, US Bets. They had all this stuff out there. If New Jersey had been taxing 30% for sports betting, online sports betting, since the time New York launched, there would have been an additional $609 million in revenue.
Can I tell you something? New Jersey's doing exactly what sports bettors are doing. Oh my God, I won my $10 bet. Just think if I bet $100 on it. See, that's what New Jersey's doing right now.
Again, remember when New York came out with the 51%?
Oh,
and also
sure.
New Hampshire has that too.
Oh, everyone thought when New York came out with 50, no one's going to do that.
Everyone's making money off it.
Everyone's making money.
As the industry grows.
They would be making more money if it wasn't 51%, but, it's New York, and it's incredible population center. It's incredible numbers.
Yeah.
And,
But as the industry matures, and as more and more operators come into the fold here, you could probably get away with raising the tax rate. I mean, a lot of people are going to complain.
Sure.
But everyone complains about taxes.
Well, the operators are complaining.
Yeah.
And by the way, the sports bettors aren't crying for the operators who's paying 30% tax. So.
Yep.
All right.
And last but not least, for this week, we're going up to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Now, Massachusetts always has very interesting discussions on minute points
They have
in the gambling
fascinating
laws.
discussions.
I
that
won't
they
call
don't
this
have,
one fascinating.
They don't have any other discussions. First off, they're really taking the lead in advertisements and regulations against advertisements. I know there was some signage at Fenway Park that they had to change because there's a big BetMGM thing there, but there's also an MGM music center or a concert center or
you mean concert hall?
Yeah, concert hall right behind Fenway Park.
Yeah,
so.
didn't that used to be one of the House of Blues or something?
No,
or is that different?
No, it's another building.
It's another building?
Yeah, it's on Lansdowne Street, I think.
Well, Massachusetts Gaming Commission is now going to go on another extended odyssey examining the discretionary rule regarding banning sports bettors by the sports books in the state.
That's right. It's an interesting discussion. Yeah, I don't know how many other gaming commissions brought that up, or
everyone's looking at it.
Yeah, well, everyone's looking at it, but Massachusetts you're really exploring it further.
The regulations right now say sports betting operators can either limit or ban sports bettors at will. So what they're looking at doing is the fact that they felt that sports books are encouraging the losing bettors to bet more as it goes along. They get more ads, get more bonuses, all that stuff, and banning the better bettors where they lose money against.
Now, are they?
They're going to be just continuing discussions. They're going to be looking at what they can do in
Are
the
they talking
future
about
to take
banning?
the discretionary away.
Well, how about the betting limits?
All of that. They're going to be looking at everything for that.
Okay.
So, but it started with the idea of the discretionary ban on certain sports bettors.
Are they talking about the state getting involved and deciding?
They're
who
looking at
bets
changing the rule.
Huh? Okay.
So,
well, we'll see. Like I said,
be very interesting to see where they go with
this.
this.
Fascinating state.
I don't know where they could go with this, though. That's the problem.
Well,
I don't know if you can tell somebody not to ban somebody.
Yeah, how do you tell a business,
exactly,
a private business, although they have to work under the regulations, but a private business has to have some rights,
unless they approach it through the responsible gambling avenue.
They have to have rights for the gamblers as well.
But
as
like I said, if they go through the responsible gambling avenue, maybe there's a shot at trying to regulate something. But
I don't know.
I don't know how you can control a private business like that.
Like I said, it's a fascinating discussion, and I'm going to follow.
And I'm sure Massachusetts will take several weeks to discuss.
Do they have a YouTube channel that you can watch
their weekly and daily meetings? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, go to YouTube and watch the Mass Gaming Commission.
We'll see what happens with this one.
Yeah, fascinating stuff.
That's it for this week's Turnpike Sports Book Report. Please keep the press releases coming in, info at turnpikesportsradio.com. If you've been following along on the TV screen, you'll see the ticker flying by with additional news stories that we didn't have a chance to cover in this half hour. And as always, once this show is released every Monday morning, you will see a full print version of the Turnpike Sports Book Report containing the stories we talked about, ticker stories, and also other stories we didn't have a chance to talk about in this half hour on the full print version there on the blog.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.